Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome, and thanks for joining this webinar on financial karma. So many of you are familiar with Dr. Pillai, or maybe you're new, but if you are familiar, you probably already know about the Shreem Burzi mantra, which is what he gives for offsetting our karmic imbalances and recreating our financial karma, and helping us to attain and create material and financial abundance. Now, the mantra in itself, Shreem Burzi, is designed specifically for that, to shift our mindset, allow us to move beyond our current constructs of what we can conceive of and what we cannot. However, there are also deeper things at work, right, that are inhibiting us from creating exactly what it is we want to create. And so some of you write in and say, well, I'm chanting Shreem Burzi, but it's not working fast enough. And so I wanted to touch upon that. Like, what is financial karma, and how do we really deal with it in our lives so that we have a solution? Dr. Pillai never gives us problems without a solution, a divine solution. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So financial karma. So what does it look like for you? Now, for you, it looks like what your financial life looks like. So what is your bank account balance? What is your work, how you engage in making money? What are your debts or your investments or your material gains? So maybe you have homes or vehicles or whatnot. So that's how you see what your financial karma is, right? That's the definition of your personal financial karma. So you get a snapshot of where you are right now. Now, sometimes that's painful if we have to look at, like, oh, this is what I have in my account. But it's really important not to bypass that because it's painful. That's called denial, and denial does not get us anywhere. So Dr. Pillai mentions this several times, to not be in denial, to make sure we're facing the reality. And the reality is simply like what's on paper at this point, what's in the physical world. We're not talking yet about what we're manifesting inwardly, but really what's in the physical world. And that's what I mean by what's on paper. And so your first step in looking at your financial karma is, where are you right now? What does all that look like that I mentioned? Your bank balance, your debt, your income, your assets, okay? So that's your current snapshot. And that is what your karma has allowed you to create up until now. Only up until now, not the future. We're gonna get there. So that means what your karma has allowed you to manifest up until now is a byproduct of our karmic mindset. And our karma really is, I mean, it manifests through our thoughts, right? Our brain is like the agent that delivers our karma to us. And then where does that karma come from? It comes from past lives, actions, and desires. So let's say in a past life, you were not so nice to your neighbor, or somebody who had a business, and there's some karmic debt to be paid in terms of maybe you having to have a loss because of a loss you caused to somebody else. So oftentimes we very pigeonholed think of like this lifetime, it feels so unfair, or I try so hard but nothing works. But we aren't looking at the big picture of what we may have done to get to this place in our stream of lifetimes, what we did to other people, what type of thoughts we held in prior lives. Did we do different types of actions to offset bad karmas, or create bad karmas, or create good karmas? Like, what did we do in the past? Most of that we're not privy to in terms of specific information of what those lifetimes, what happened during those lifetimes. But we can see, like I said, the byproduct of that. So if you're not doing so well financially right now, probably there was not such, really good karma being created in prior lifetimes in the area of finance. You may have wonderful relationships, or you're really happy, or you have a wonderful spiritual life. But right now we're just talking about the financial karma of your life. So past lives, actions, and desires. Also, maybe you were very deeply spiritual in a past life, and you didn't want to have money be introduced to your life because maybe you didn't want to have an attachment or a fear or of greed around that. So you kind of banished that thought. Maybe you felt like it was better not to have money in your life because you didn't want to create impurity in your spiritual practice or in your embodied evolution. So that's a valid point. And many of us who are on the spiritual path may have had lifetimes as monks and nuns and renunciation, giving it all up. And here we are, in this modern day, and with the necessity of having financial abundance in order to have the freedom to have a more fruitful spiritual life. Now, that's the irony, right? Once we get to this lifetime, when we have, and we've kind of did our renunciation mindset many times before, now we really need it in order to be more free, and so that we can spend more time meditating. Because bottom line is, money brings us freedom, brings us the freedom to give to others and be generous. It gives us the freedom to do what we want and be authentic to our desires. Dr. Pillai says, if you have money, you get to tell your boss what you really think. So that's authenticity. And it gives us the ability to have freedom to meditate, freedom to explore our inner desires and outer journeys, like traveling or what have you. But basically, if you're a spiritual person, you probably want to have more of that, like more freedom to be able to explore and evolve this in this lifetime. So back to the financial karma. So we have past lives, desires, and actions. I covered that. We also have ancestors. So our ancestors, once they pass over, like they've left the body, they go into other realms, right? And their energies hovering in, let's say they haven't gotten quite to the heavenly or higher realms, their energy in those different levels can be affecting us. And maybe they're upset or not at peace. So that's something that can affect us, and it can affect us financially. Also, very important to note what your family and ancestors, what type of financial karma they have, because that is directly impacting us. The family that we grew up in, because we adopted the mindsets of our parents. Dr. Pillai talks about this. Your mother and your father have implanted ways of being, patterns of learning, and thoughts into our brains. And so because as a child who, absorbing the surroundings, we unconsciously, subconsciously just adopt what's similar to us and what was given by our parents. So we have that. And then in your lineage of ancestors who have passed on, what type of finances did they have? What type of mindset did they have? Because their soul, their connection to us, passes on those thoughts. Okay, so our ancestors who have crossed over, who have not in the body, their energy and their soul patterns have been passed on to us. Our parents' mindsets, thoughts, belief systems have all been passed on to us. So we have to take that into consideration. So our family and our lineage is also impacting our finances right now. And then it comes to another part of the manifestation, like how our financial karma has manifest for us, is what type of thoughts do you have around money? What type of feelings do you have around money? Where do you feel your conception level of how you can conceive of what you want to create? Like, where does that go? Can you conceive of $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month, $1 million a month? Where is your conception level? And that is also a result of your karma. And so that's something we need to look at. Okay, so I got us to the point of what has created the karma that we're experiencing right now, and a snapshot of what that looks like for us. Now, moving to the next phase is, how do we shift that, right? Like, now that we know this is what we have, and then for better or for worse, we created this. This is so important that we take responsibility that we created this, whether in this lifetime, through our ancestor participation, or prior lifetimes. We created our current situation to own it, right? For good or for bad. And now moving on to the next stage in this is, what do we do about it? How do we shift it? Now, the beautiful thing about Dr. Pillai and Vedic teachings is that you're not stuck because of what you have now. You're not stuck because of what you did in the past. Sure, the past brought us to our future, but our present situation is what's going to bring us to, our past brought us to our present. And our present is going to be able to bring us into the future. So what we do right now is very important. So next phase, how to change it. Number one, Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee, all day, all the time. How do you do that? You want to do it chanting it as much as you possibly can. Now, I understand that that's where the human mind comes into play, and other thoughts come in, karmic thoughts. And then we know all of a sudden we're no longer chanting the mantra. It's so fast. So we have to put help in for, training wheels, assistance into our life for us. So one of the things that I like to do is putting the mantra on an audio. This way it's always playing. So even though my mind leaves the mantra, as soon as I recognize it or remember it again, I'm there and I can chant it again. So if you can just play the mantra 24/7, that's great. That's a really great start. And then there's chanting out loud, chanting quietly, chanting in, or doing a meditation. I'm not going to go into the specifics because we already have so much content on that. Lots of videos that I've done, Dr. Pillai has done, and courses that you can join. So Shreem Brzee, number one. And now number two is, how do you get to the karma patterns that we talked about, and how do you change them, right? I think of them as like our base level. Like, here we are in our mind level, and we're chanting Shreem Brzee, so we're changing some of the thought patterns. We're doing the best we can, still within the limits of our human mind. But on the very base, the foundation of our karmic energies, our karmic pattern, is at the soul level. Multi-lifetime soul level karma. This is what we're talking, like, at the foundation. This is what we're building our life upon. This is what our life has emerged from, okay? How do you change those? That is a little more tricky. But Dr. Pillai has solutions. One of them is to first find out where the lay of the land is for you in your finances. And that can be done through a Vedic astrology reading. Western astrology is fine as well, but it doesn't give you the specifics and the ways to change that pattern. So that's why Dr. Pillai, Pillai Center Astrology only deal with Vedic astrology. So you get your Vedic astrology reading. Your astrologer will tell you what this blueprint looks like for you. So maybe you came into this life, and basically the astrology is the astrological blueprint, kind of like chart, they call it, of when you were born. So you're basically creating this template, this blueprint of your energy patterns in this life. So the astrology reading will tell you how that pertains to your finances. So maybe what areas of life you would excel in or succeed in financially. It could be real estate, it could be nursing, it could be, it could be public speaking. Everyone's different. So it's so important to know what your the path of least resistance for you is for your success. Like, super important to know about that. So that's what your astrology reading will tell you. Where your challenges may rise in finances, and where your opportunities will rise in finances can all be seen inside of your astrology chart with your astrology reading. So suggestion number 2 is get a financial astrology reading. Suggestion number 3, so there's 3 points in this solution pattern or steps. Step 3 is to then implement remedies or rituals. We call them remedies because they remedy the problem. The problem was identified in your astrology reading. Like a doctor, you go and get, okay, what's wrong with me? Okay, you have, this ailment, and then he or she gives you a prescription. Okay, now go fix it with this. And that's what the astrology reading is. The remedies are. The astrology reading is the doctor's assessment, and the remedies are your remedy, your prescription for how you change that. So everyone is different. So you will have different things in your chart that will pertain to what you personally need to fix. So maybe you have a Venus that's, planet Venus is not doing well to support you personally in your chart. But Venus in general is pretty supportive of material blessings. But everyone's different. Your Venus may not be doing that for you, and therefore you need to do remedies for Venus. Or maybe it's Jupiter or Sun or whatever planet in your chart kind of is dictating that for you. So that's why it's important to know specifically for you, and then to do the remedies that are prescribed. The astrologer will tell you what to do. They'll give you remedies to do at home. So maybe to chanting a mantra or making a certain offering, or whatever it is that they say, they'll give it to you specifically to do. And then also that are performed on your behalf by Vedic specialists, also known as priests. So they'll tell you what type of remedies you can order. Now, that's basically the 3 steps of how you can begin to change your financial karma right now. Now, as you know, Dr. Pillai is very committed to helping all of us change our financial destiny because of the reasons I've said before, in terms of it gives us freedom. Life is not about accumulating dollar bills. It's about evolving so that we get to our spiritual ideal, right? Our enlightenment. Where in your pattern, your life right now, do you want to be, what are your goals? Having that, the financial thing taken care of allows us to focus on those things that seem or may be more important. So it's all about that. It's all about evolution. When we can learn what we need to learn through our karma, our financial karma, and then resolve that to be able to have the freedom. That's huge. That's huge in our evolution. And like, was it Forrest Gump who said, is just when someone asked him in the movie, what's it like to be a billionaire now that he had the Bubba Gump shrimp? He's like, it's just one less thing to worry about. It's like, yeah, that's what money is. It's one less thing to worry about. So let's clear up our financial karma. Dr. Pillai is very committed to this, and that is why we have created different packages and this whole pathway. So I mentioned getting an astrology reading and then doing remedies. We've created packages for you that make it affordable and easy, and packaged a bunch of remedies in to packages so that they are more affordable for you. So the astrology reading is bundled in with the remedy package, and everything is discounted so that we can give you more for what you're paying. So on this page, there's a link and you can click on that and that brings you to that page if you are interested in doing, participating in that. So basically there's 3 different types of packages so that you can pick based on like right away what's good for you financially, meaning like where's your starting point to this this journey. Pick based on like right away what's, sorry about that. My browser's going crazy. Okay, so if you go to that page and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see that there's, or not all the way to the bottom, but towards the bottom, you'll see that there's 3 different types of packages, and they're all different. They're different payment options as well. So there's 3 different packages, and then inside of that, 3 different payment options. So it goes the lowest, you know, being able to pay, I think it's $59 a month for 12 months. But what you can do is then take a look at that and see which ones look best for you. Okay, so if you want to have kind of super duper royal financial astrology solutions package, then you're looking at a higher price, but you're also receiving immense amount of remedies that are getting done for you. Basically, there are remedies that are done every month, several times a month, and oh my gosh, yes, 63 fire rituals, 36 other services in Kerala, which is a very important power spot for removing karma, 156 offerings, archanas on Fridays and Saturdays, 2 beetle leaf astrology sessions, which is, it's known as royal astrology, and it's really cool. They base it on omens that happen during the reading and things that you select. There's feedings, which is amazing. Gaja Puja, so that's when they do offerings to the elephant symbolizing abundance and royalty. So there's a lot in each of the packages, and you can take a look at those. But I really wanted to let you know about this because we've made it as easy as we possibly can to get this type of solution in your hands. We've packaged everything to pick the most important and highest remedies that can be done for your financial kind of karma to offset that, and then we package it in a way that works for everybody. So from the lowest end, packing as much as we can into $59 a month to the very high one that is thousands of dollars. So you want to take a look and see what works best for you. And if you have questions or you want to talk to anyone about it, write to us at programs@pillaicenter.com, and we're happy to have a free consultation to see, you know, what's best for you, what's going to work for you, what are your specific issues, and how we can provide that solution for you. So I'll check now to see if there are any questions. I don't see any questions yet. All right, looks like there aren't any. Any questions, you can post them in the chat. All right. There's some chat on the YouTube page, and earlier I did a clean video, and someone's asking, can they attract a rich person? So kind of combining both these webinars today. Yeah, sure, go for it. So Someone's asking a question. Wealth rising or this financial remedy or this financial ritual remedy? Okay, so Wealth Rising is in the middle of a program right now, so you're unable to join Wealth Rising right now, but we will have a new Wealth Rising course that starts in, will begin to, the enrollment will start in April. So once that starts, you definitely want to join that. Wealth Rising is the #1 program to be inside of for using Stream Brzee. It'll have empowerments and initiations with Dr. Pillai, group support, all of that. So that is part of the step 1 where I mentioned Stream Brzee. So Wealth Rising is going to be part of your step 1, absolutely necessary. And then these remedy packages, there are similar ones already in Wealth Rising. That if you're in Wealth Rising, then you don't need to purchase this. If you're in Wealth Rising and you have a remedy package, then you don't need to purchase any of these. If you're not in Wealth Rising, or if you're in Wealth Rising and didn't buy one of the booster packages, then you can purchase any of these as well. And so that's the difference. And someone is asking that he has spent money on asteroid rituals, but they don't seem to work. Well, that is a good question, because that is, everyone has different patterns and different karma, as I mentioned, right? So typically we have karmas that are more stuck than others. And so sometimes someone will do one ritual and something will open up for them. And then someone will do 10 rituals and it will not budge. And that is because of the karma that has been created that has us be more stuck in a particular area than others. So I know for myself, I've had breakthroughs in certain areas that just, kind of weren't as stuck for me. I've done a ritual and something happened, or I had to do several rituals and then something would happen. But then there's also areas of my life where it still hasn't moved as much as I would like for it. And I have done rituals, I have done remedies. That's why we're persistent. It's not like you do one thing and it is all over. It's not like you do 10 things and it's all over. This is lifetimes of karma that have brought us to this moment. We can't expect that one remedy or one ritual is going to undo it all, which is why these packages have, some of them literally have hundreds of remedies in them. Even there's another package that we talked about earlier, which has thousands of remedies throughout the year. But that's why it's like a consistent hammer. You have to be very consistent and you have to continue to do it. So I don't know how many you've purchased or what you've purchased, but we would, again, offer a free consultation to you to see, like, what have you done? What hasn't worked and what has worked? Now, what you definitely want to do is even if you don't buy any of these packages, you want to get the astrology reading so that you can see what your more stuck areas are. And that's also really why the astrology reading and the remedies go hand in hand, because you first want to see what the problem is, like the diagnosis from the doctor, and then you want to do the remedies, and you want to do them consistently and a lot. So I'm sorry, it's not a fun answer to say, like, it's a lot of work, but this is in our first lifetime. We've gathered, hundreds or thousands or hundreds of thousands of lives with karmic patterns. And so our purpose right now is to be aware enough to do something about it. And that is a beautiful gift that we have been given. So, Bibash, I think your name is. So that is my response to that. There's another person saying financial ritual remedy or karma busting ritual. Karma busting ritual is going to be similar because you're changing karma in any area. But the financial ritual remedy is specific for finances, right? So if you are really keen on, and in this year, it's really important for you in 2018 to be getting into and uprooting your financial karma, then go with the financial karma because it's specific to that area. If you want more of the general karma busting, I think it was a week ago, I did a short presentation on recreating your 2018, and one of the solutions to that was the Recreate Your Life remedy packages. So you can take a look at those also. Those are more general, not general, but well-rounded, I should say. And that's where there's thousands of remedies in those packages that you can take a look at. But if you're keen on, and you're really focused on finances this year, then I would focus in on just finances. Just go for it. And even if it's 1 year, like, okay, I know I got other problems, but right now in 2018, I want to handle the financial karma. I want to have a breakthrough here. So go for it. Go for that. So Vivash is asking, hammering is not easy. It costs money to buy remedies. My finances are bad. How can I buy? That's a great question, because if your finances are so bad where you cannot afford the remedies, then don't go into debt for remedies. What you'll want to do is do them at home. So there's other videos that I've made that we have on Pillai Center Practice about what you can, and on Astroved, on what you can do to at home. So you'll want to be chanting. You'll want to be doing some remedies at home. And I know it's not easy because the human mind gets in the way, but that's also why we hire somebody. I know I like to hire someone because I don't stay as consistent as I would like to, and that I feel is going to give me it's going to give me some results. So I'm happy to outsource that to a specialist who knows what they're doing. And like I said, there's some remedies that'll happen, you'll notice something more quickly, and there's some that you'll notice are not quite so, don't happen as fast. So now I'm going to bounce over to YouTube and see if there's questions here. How much does Wealth Rising cost? Well, it's not for sale right now because we're inside of the program that is for 6 months, and it ends in April, and a new one will start in April, and we'll release all the pricing then. Because we're making it more affordable as well, having different options so that like really as many people as possible can take advantage. Should I do Tiro Nilakantam instead of going to a Vedic astrology? No, not instead of. Tiro Nilakantam is perfect for, it's the mantra for karma busting, and you know that, but it's not instead of Vedic astrology, it's in addition to. So it's really important that everyone get a Vedic astrology reading so that you have the lay of the land of what's going on for you. And yes, Tiro Nilakantam will offset your karma. But if you want to go deeper and you want to know what is happening more specifically for you, that's why you want to get the astrology reading. And then you'll also know the prescribed remedies from that reading. Question, can the beetle leaf reading be done in the new Wealth Rising? If you want to join next Wealth Rising, is it better to wait before joining? No, that's a good question though. Thank you for your foresight into the future. What we're going to do is we're going to offer Wealth Rising as separate from the remedies this time. And so we'll be using these financial packages with the Wealth Rising program. So if you purchase this financial package now, you won't be losing anything, or it won't be doubled up when Wealth Rising comes around to join. So, but there's so there's a link on the page, that the viewing page, and let me just put that over into YouTube as well. So that's where you want to go. And then Pillai Center can help you out. Question is, what about Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha? Well, that's a beautiful mantra, and you can definitely do that. So Dr. Pillai has created and brought forth Shri Mrzi, which is what we are focusing on as a whole for the Pillai Center community and what was recommended. But if you feel called to Sri Mahalakshmi Namaha, then by all means, you should chant it. Will the April Street Wealth Risings be the same as the current one? It's going to be a little different. So we're in the works of creating all the new packages. So stay tuned for that. I can't wait to release them. But yeah, there'll be an opportunity for everyone who's currently in it to move into the next program, and then a new program for all those who haven't joined the other one. Paul says he'd like some timeline jumping. Yeah, me too. That's what remedies do. Timeline jumping is changing from your current timeline, your current destiny, to another one. And how are you going to get from, like, it's impossible to get from one line to the next line, which is what timeline jumping is, unless you have this divine technology that can transport you into the other. And that's what the mantra chanting is, the Dr. Pillai empowerments, the initiations, the remedies that are done for you. Those are all divine and spiritual technologies that help us to take that leap. So thank you. Thank you, Paul, for your enthusiasm. Okay, another question is financial astrology or general astrology consultation? It depends on your goal. If your goal this year is all about finances, or if you're just really wanting to figure out your finances right now, then go with the financial astrology reading. The general one will be great for all areas of your life and give you insight into your relationships, your health, your career, things of that nature. So, and when you're doing your financial astrology reading, I'm pretty sure you have the ability to also ask about other areas. So I don't think it's 100% pigeonholed into that, but the primary focus is finances, so that you can really get a hold on, what's going on for you right now in your life. Donna is saying, for a long while, I didn't have money, but things are getting better and better. Tirti Lakantam for karma busting, plus Stream Rizi, plus Dr. Pillai's Avatar Arti, done with heartfelt devotion equals huge improvement. I have now noticed that money flow has improved in a big way. However, my expenses have miraculously dropped. Don't give up. The mantras, rituals, and remedies absolutely work. Thank you so much, Donna. That's my feeling exactly. It's not a magic pill where it's going to happen overnight. Sure, some people may have that really awesome karma where that's the case. And I don't want to discount that. But for most of us, it's long and it's persistent. And Dr. Pillai says that. Don't give up on the mantra after 40 days or a short period of time. Be persistent. Be persistent. Now, I understand if people, give up and kind of walk away. I get it. It's very human of us. But I want to encourage you to not give up, to give it more time. How about you reset 2018, and this is your commitment. So we're a month in, for the next 11 months, you're committing to changing the finances in your life. And I'm saying finances because this webinar is about finances. So if you can commit to 2018, you're going to make a difference. You're going to make a dent. You're going to improve something. Not necessarily going to, quadruple your income, but maybe you will increase it by 25%. Isn't that better than not increasing it at all? Or 30 or 50, depending on what you can conceive of. And participating in these this divine technology, this support can help us get there faster. So don't be discouraged if huge gains haven't come. They come slowly sometimes, but they come when you're persistent. So don't give up. Continue chanting Shri Brzi, and I highly recommend joining one of these financial packages. They start at pretty reasonable rates, and it'll help you get into this track, this financial track. Not only that, it'll help you get committed. Sometimes we say we want to do something, and then we just, you're going to leave this webinar and be like, I'm just not have to do my stuff with my life. But if you make a commitment, guess what? You're in it. Now, every month when you get sent dozens of reminders about the remedies that are being performed for you. You get to be recommitted again. Oh yeah, this is what I did for myself. Oh yeah, I'm giving myself this gift of $59 a month or $170 a month or whatever that is, whatever the package you pick, because you're committing. You're committing, and that is so important. Commitment is so important, and I know I need that. I need to put something on the table, have skin in the game, sacrifice something in order for me to take it seriously, and then I get to see bigger gains from that. So if you would like to have a consultation regarding the packages and what's right for you, please email us, programs@pillaicenter.com, and we are happy to help. So if there aren't any other questions, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Let me just check. Can we join this at any point, or is it time limited? It's not time limited, it's open, but the sooner you join, the sooner you get to commit for 2018. So I'm all about like, what do I have to do to put a stake in the ground to make this year different? Like, I really want this year to be different. I don't want to face the same challenges I've faced. I don't want to have the same thoughts I have had for the past 30 years, 40 years, right? I want to make something different. So for me, I'm taking 2018 really seriously, and especially in the area of stream brzee and financial karma. It even scares me a little bit to say that, because I'm like facing a fear, facing a fear of this karma that has been with me, and I don't want it anymore. So that's me. I'm making the commitment now because I want changes now. I don't want changes in 3 months from now. So that's up to you. But these packages will be available. Rodrigue, I think how you say your name, 2018 year of financial commitment. Thank you. Yes, definitely. So there's Surya is saying, I started stream brzee for 3 months ago. I got 1 result, but after that, I'm not getting much. What advice do I have? Keep going. Keep going. You did get a result, so that's fantastic. And thank you for acknowledging that, and thank you for being kind to yourself and acknowledging that you did get that result. And keep your eyes open, peeled for miracles. Oftentimes things happen and we don't recognize them. So acknowledging every miracle and every gift that you receive with gratitude will heighten your awareness to more miracles, more results that you're getting. So put that into practice, and I'm sure you will see more. Can you please tell me when to untie the turmeric root that we tied onto Mahalakshmi? You don't have to untie it. You can leave it on. I leave mine on for a very long time. So there you go. Thank you, my YouTube chatters. Question is, will I get to speak with an astrologer when I request for a financial astrology, or do I just receive a text report? When you purchase the package, you will receive an astrology reading. Yes, so you will have a live engagement there. If you when you write to programs@pillaicenter.com and ask for, just like, if you want a free consultation, that's not with an astrologer. That's just about like, hey, which packages should I get? Or I'm having this type of problem. What do you recommend I do? So the whole idea of that is to tell what situation you're in or issues you have, and then we can recommend what type of solution is best for you. But it won't be with an astrologer. When you purchase the package, you will have a consultation with a live astrologer. Any other questions? Can I purchase the energized turmeric from Pillai Center? Yes. So do you mean the Nambu herbs? Those are energized turmeric, and that is going to be right here. Put that in there. It's nambuherbs.com, and you can get the stream brzee formula. So I highly recommend that. You can also, when you can offer these turmeric pills to Lakshmi, put them before her or on her lap or whatever, and then leave them there overnight and then take them. Those are doubly energized. So that's a really great thing to do. So you're kind of doing both with the offering of the turmeric to the goddess, as well as consuming and having additionally energized and empowered pills. So he meant just the turmeric. Yes, I believe so. And I don't have that link offhand, but we do have that. And oh, you know what? It's in this package that we have for several different items. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Otherwise, you can write to us, office@PillaiCenter.com, and we'll have it for you. Yeah, I'm not able to find it real quickly, but we do have that in a package, and it has, I believe it has an amulet and some turmeric. Question, I'm not clear about remedies not offered in the next Wealth Rising. Can you explain? So right now, Wealth Rising includes the remedies packaged in with the levels and programs that you receive. So the next one, we're going to offer different options. So one will be just the education in the community, the teachings with Dr. Pillai, all of that without a remedy that you have to get inside of with the teaching. So then you can purchase just that as well as any one of these remedy packages. So it's going to give you more flexibility in your purchase of what it is you want. So different remedy packages you get to choose, as well as the program itself. So we didn't do that this time. We had all of the Wealth Rising program content was in the 2 levels we offered had remedies in it. So this next round of Wealth Rising is going to have an option to have them just the program, no remedies, so that you can purchase one of these packages separately. So that's why I was mentioning earlier, if you want to get into one of these packages now, don't worry, because you're not going to miss out or double up once Wealth Rising is offered in April. We're streamlining them together. I hope that makes sense. All right, folks, so let me just double check. Anything else going on? All right. Looks like that's it for now. Please, if you have any additional questions, write to us either office@PillaiCenter.com or programs@PillaiCenter.com. I've sent the link for the remedies, the page, so you can look into the different remedy packages and then contact us if you'd like some support in knowing what's best for you. And I really look forward to you committing to taking on 2018, the year of Stream Brazil. Dr. Pillai declared it, and all of us changing our financial karma in a big way this year, and at least making a dent and doing what we can. And first step in any of that is commitment. So I look forward to seeing you soon, and I thank you so much for your energy, your love, your light, and let us all have a magnificent and abundant 2018. Namaste.